booted.
Good morning, or afternoon, or evening. Let's do a bit of politics. I'm actually in the vehicle that Jim Ratcliffe sort of copied, didn't he, really? Not as old and crappy as this, something a bit more modern. But yeah, he's noticed things, hasn't he, old Jim? Which is quite interesting. Are we being colonised? Are we being invaded? He could have used those words, couldn't he, really? But essentially what he's done, he's just pointed at something. He's probably noticed, because he lives in Monaco, which itself is a colony of rich people, that there are colonies here that are not making life great, are they? And I can keep all this to cars. That's the amazing thing. About 10-15 years ago, it certainly was, it was at least 15 years ago, I said to one of the magazines I did work for, look, there's this thing going on, not very far away from me in Peterborough, and yeah, you can buy lots of dodgy cars, and the people doing it were from, they were mainly Albanians, but it was, you could just use a sort of a catch-all Eastern Europe, and I don't think I ever used the the specific Albanian. I just said, well, lots of people from Eastern Europe, and they're selling dodgy cars, and it's going to make a good story. And they didn't like it because it was about sort of a specific group of people, rather than just saying it was about bad people selling cars. Lots of bad people selling cars, but this was very, very specific and sort of quite exclusive and exclusionary. They were the only people doing it, and they said no, and I was busy, and yeah, it would have been what I should have gone to a national paper or something. But maybe you've come across something like that. I don't know. There are certainly certain areas that you shouldn't go and buy cars from, especially these days, and maybe that should be made very, very clear. Now, I can be very, very specific about this because the Romford Road, where I used to live quite near to, was 6 miles of basically used car dealers, the odd new car dealer, but mainly used cars. And my one regret actually is that I didn't take pictures every few years there, because the frontages were just fantastic. But now that is pretty much, there's sort of, that's a massive ethnic enclave actually. There's not as much car dealing as there used to be, but again, you could make a point that things aren't great there, because it's only sort of one sort of people in charge. Maybe someone else who's younger and fitter should go off and do a story about this, but I'll see how I'm fixed over time. But yeah, we can keep all of this to cars, and yeah, it is possible to point out that it hasn't made the world of buying used cars any less stressful, because there are certain people involved with it. But there you go. Old Jim, he's got told off because he noticed. He's been told off by the Prime Minister for noticing. And, Keir Starmer, pretty much a traitor, isn't he, at this point? But there you go. Trying a bit of politics there. But I think it's the best I can do. All that leaves me to do is to lock up the vehicle before I go. Lovely to speak to you. I don't think I need to do any more politics this year. That's about it. But thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.